Ding-a-ding.
Yes. First.
You rang.
We lost internet for a second.
Uh-oh. Alright, is the stream still going?
It dropped for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. I don't know when it dropped. That was saying reconnect.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Welcome back. Okay.
got no idea.
Well, you missed a lot of nothing happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. As you start your travel,
Asshole pitching to gods.
give me a survival check.
15.
Give me a perception check.
All of us are just.
Just to,
23.
you start your travels.
Please don't be a night stalker. Please don't be a night stalker. Please
No,
don't be a night stalker.
That's it. 12.
No, we see the Night Stalker like a mile behind us, approaching quickly.
Coming from in front of you. In the direction, like heading in your direction, there is a murder of crows flying.
Ooh, that's a sign.
Sky puppies!
Is that a sign if there was any kind of sign?
Y'all motherfuckers were asleep.
Yeah, that's it. We don't know.
I don't trust this. I don't trust this. I don't trust this.
I like crows.
It's coming directly at us?
Yeah.
I was just going to go ahead and, just in case, pull out his longbow.
Okay.
And have an arrow ready, but not, like, knocked and drawn. Arrow ready. And point out the murder flying towards us.
Onion is going to mage armor.
Okay.
Also ready and around.
Okay.
Casually.
Blow us up?
That's a 12 and a level 1.
You're good.
I'm just gonna admire the crows. I like crows.
The armor of physical shadows overlays on top of it.
As the murder gets to you, it is 4 different crows. One of them turns and goes back the direction it came. The other 3 continue and sort of separate.
Follow that crow. My animal sensors are telling me to follow that crow.
Basil will say it out loud. Loud and clear. Follow the crow. Follow the one that just turned back.
You follow the crow, and it starts to go out of your vision.
At least we're going in direction.
I need another D12.
That's not it.
I get you.
As it starts to become nightfall, you see in the distance what looks like houses.
Houses.
Wait. The abandoned city.
Did I just have to have faith and pray? Was that the deal?
Or is it just
Son of a bitch.
Or is it just a situation of us walking backwards just happened to coincide?
We just happened to walk backwards again and everything clicked into place.
How far away are the houses?
It's gonna be you can push yourselves and make it there, or you can wait for the next day and you'll make it in less than half a day.
I'm with the just in case there's things there that don't want us there.
Yeah.
Let's not push it.
Such as maybe a withering corpse with a turban that likes to smack people in
In the face.
Exactly.
Or perhaps an entire town of those.
Yeah.
That's a town of nope.
I think we're down to our last chickens.
I wish I could turn into an animal that could see that far away.
Oh yeah, no flying creatures.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Cat's visions actually sucks.
You know,
First
vision-
watch.
Vision. Does it suck? Dragons.
But yours is a pseudo dragon.
So let's go.
It's blindside out. I'm pretty sure it's
Another 12.
Second watch.
Gotcha. Let's play with fate for a second. 14.
Third watch.
7.
5.
Your dice roll
I
scared.
don't even roll with disadvantage. Come on.
As everyone's starting to wake up, I need a perception at disadvantage.
13.
8.
18.
10.
I think you're the only one that's not at disadvantage. You get dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll do. I have no idea which these hit first. So
Yeah.
I'll just roll one. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
So that's a 21.
You notice them before anybody else does. There are two people basically sitting just outside of your camp.
Huh? Do they look familiar?
No, but I think we have company and that we are in the right place.
Okay. Just outside of the camp, like how far off?
Not far. Like, they are in bow range easily.
I vote
Well,
we don't attack unless they attack us.
Yeah,
Well,
plenty of time to attack.
Well, the first thing to do is to do that whole trick with a seen through Ment's eyes and have Ment do a quick flyby, staying about 40 feet away from them, just to get a close look at him.
It doesn't get too much of a closer look than what you got already.
That's how close they are.
I mean, they're 60 feet, so
Mm-hmm. In that case, I'm going to yell over. Hello, can we help you?
one of them just waves.
God, the last time somebody waved at us, they shot an arrow at us with a message.
Nearly hit us.
They're gonna die by Night Stalkers. Confirmed.
I'm going to motion to Adane and say, let's go check this out.
Just you two?
I was about to say, do you want to just finish backing up camp? They don't seem to be in a hurry.
Fine, but Onion's going to be like keeping an eye on them. Just making sure.
So this is the first time that you see, like, Logothel takes the tent down, and he keeps looking over, and, like, he takes his cloak, and he pulls it up over his head and over his ears again, so it's more like the first time you met him. And then also you see him pull out of his robe a mask, and he puts it on, and you watch as the mask, which has his long, elongated nose, as it goes on, he pushes on the nose, and it
Sucks
Yeah.
in like an accordion?
Disguise self mask, basically.
Something like that.
Just saying, and this is out of character. Flow bottle glass or shit.
Assuming we can get it out.
If he dies,
you
we have
also have-
angered a saint.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Well, the Saint's not talking to us, and the Saint can suck it.
So,
None of the gods are talking.
so once
They
camp is
can all
packed,
talk.
up, I'm assuming we go over.
As you start to walk towards them, they both stand. And you can see now, strapped to the back of one of them, as he stands. And I say he because it is like a very broad-shouldered, like, larger
Humanoid?
torso humanoid. Picking up out off of the ground is a huge spear that he uses to like heft himself up.
Must be an older.
Maybe.
Or have some good war rules.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer, they're both wrapped. You can see armor on the top of their heads and on their hands, and they are wrapped also in a cloth of red and black.
We are in the right.
And the smaller, lither frame humanoid motions for you to like stop a good distance away.
Mm-hmm.
It reaches up and like maneuvers that helmet a little bit, and never fully removing its hand, it just maneuvers the helmet and it goes, "What fare ye in the waste?"
We're on a pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you work for?
Zarek.
Yeah, I'd say Brother Zach.
Mm-hmm. The voice.
We're always.
Zerk, Scion.
It shuts the like moves the thing again, and you hear like it almost sounds like metal on metal coming from it. And then the metal on metal sound comes from the bigger guy. And it then touches the face and like moves the mouthpiece again. And it do you serve the ones in purple?
Aren't they in red? Wasn't Brother Zarek in red?
No. Red and black. Zerk had red and black robes, right?
Yes.
Just black around the cuffs.
I don't think we've ever seen purple.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, were there purple ones at the cabin?
No.
I don't remember what their description was. I just knew they were gone.
Definitely no purples.
No, just red and black. We came from Auroran.
At this, again, they snap it closed. The metal on metal sound comes again from both of them. It opens it a third time. Do you honor a gauntlet?
No.
Mm-mm. They tried to kill us.
And if you'll do, we're walking the other direction. That's fuck them.
It shuts the mask again. And this time when it opens it, you may enter. Weapons outside.
Okay.
Like, shown or outside, like, outside the walls or something? Because we're outside. This is what I'm just trying to understand the parameters here.
You are going to our home, right?
So, yes.
So we really don't know much of what we're
We
doing.
were just told to go.
We were told, go to the waste on a pilgrimage. If we are worthy and survive, we will be where we need to. We were told to come speak to her.
Her is. We're still trying to figure that out.
Again, it shuts the thing, and they turn and they start to walk.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. We leave our stuff outside, I guess.
I mean, we've still got a ways to get there. So
Mhm.
we're not
Um,
out here.
You travel for a couple of hours, and like you can see now, you can actually make out that there it is a small village. There's 7 or 8 houses, and on the outskirts is a small fence. You could jump the fence,
I don't see any reason to jump the fence.
but there is also a small you can now notice that there is a path, and it's the path just appears out of nowhere. As you are traveling through the waste, all of a sudden there's an obvious rutted path that leads up to what looks like a small gatehouse.
That's fucking creepy. It's cool. Creepy.
Funny. Settlements, right?
As they get to the gatehouse, the first gentleman you thought was large, the one that steps out, towers
Oh my.
him. And it would be considered
Goliath height?
more along the
I'm gonna
lines
give
of
him
giant.
giant. Yeah,
Oh,
So like huge creature.
Yes.
so let's say this is them.
Um,
yeah. Oh no. Here you go.
Oh, for every 500 steps, they take one.
Oh, they still got roughly like between the
height-wise, it would be about that.
Whoa,
Ooh.
That's an Imperium.
huge.
So,
I mean, the sad part when I can tell just from the one pauldron and the color of the skin's like, hey, cool.
Actually,
Imperium
they were-
mini.
that's a good example of him.
Stungeon!
Huh,
Nice.
cool. You're very tall, sir.
Very nice. And he stepped out of the guard tower thing.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the guard tower was gigantic.
Now that we're Here.
Actually, it is one of those. You see it like as it comes out, it is head first, and then it like squeezes out of the tower.
Alright. Arrows, short sword, dagger,
Everything.
longbow.
He
Bow and quiver.
he pulled like, and it is.
2 hunting traps.
You watch as he grabs a barrel, and like sets it in front of you.
Very carefully
Two
placing the
weapons
fireball
in the
arrow.
bin.
Well, do like the 2 towers, you know. You need to bring your weapons.
Doing like Elizabeth in At World's End.
Tiny.
I'm gonna keep. Well, actually, no, I don't need the staff. This is weird. I'm naked.
Lowbuckle takes everything except for the contraption, and as he starts to walk forward, like the giant puts his hand down and like stops him, and Lowbuckle goes, and in a different voice than what you're used to, coming from it's attached. And the giant like grabs
Grabs it.
and like it pulls him, and he does shake him, and it doesn't like
No, he's always had that with him. Like, he pretty much went into the tent with it.
I've never seen him.
I've never seen him without it.
No.
it sets him back down, and he looks up and that was rude. You're an ass. And then at this it mumbles something, and then the guy the lithe framed armored character opens the armor and says he apologizes.
Sorry, I'm bad. Sorry, I'm bad.
This is new.
I didn't know it was attached to him.
That's new information to us.
Mm-hmm.
Small village. fucking giant. What I'm assuming is a half giant. A very lithe person.
What is a life?
Skinny.
Oh, okay.
Like the opposite of rotund.
I've never heard life before, so.
The bigger guy that had met you out at the camp has already walked in, and you see him coming now that you've started to finish everything out. He comes in with another gentleman. This one is not in armor. He's just wearing standard robes and a tunic, and he travelers in the waste.
Mm-hmm. Do you not see very many?
We see fewer and fewer. Are you seeking shelter?
Definitely would take the shelter, yes.
Maybe for a day.
Not the primary goal, but
Go try and meet her.
Who is this her?
A new goddess.
something new religion.
Mm-hmm.
New gods. Sounds like more
I am
problems to
watching
be
his
made.
eyes.
Give me a insight check.
I want to give him that. I don't believe this dude.
23.
23.
15.
As he says, it seems like more trouble can be made. It does have a glimmer of like
Son of a bitch. Really? More
Or-
people?
That or humor.
Mm-hmm.
in this one.
he so you may pilgrimage
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
to a new god.
Yes. It was our opinion.
Things still haven't changed in that world, have they?
Mm-mm. Not really.
Hold it. That world.
What do you mean?
You said that world. As in,
It's a separate.
this is a as in implying this is a different plane?
You're talking like the Abyss and the Fae? No, we are not. We are still on our world. Most people don't come to the waste.
Because it's illegal to cross the borders.
A figure of speech, then.
I'm also going to go with probably the Night Stalkers and the plants that eat us and the things that were biting us and the weird thing in the turban that sucked us dry.
Yeah.
And the plants that try to suck us dry.
The giant ant.
That giant monster that wiped out a whole party in front of us.
That was the Night Stalker.
Did we talk about the dog?
Please don't mention the dog.
So, from what you're saying, you've had an adventure.
Pretty much.
Pretty much so.
So, are you rat catchers?
I guess you could say that. We're not really.
No. No.
I mean, we're travelers. We're adventurers. We adventure.
I'm a hunter-gatherer.
Well, technically,
An
I'm
aspiring potion.
technically I'm an ex-college student, but we can't go into those.
That's the rat catcher. 'Cause you're currently unemployed.
Sounds like you're all rat catchers still.
I'm gonna guess this is another figure of speech.
Rat catcher means
Adventurer.
Hmm. Never told me that.
If you are rat catchers, we do have a job for you. If you're not,
God fucking damn it, Dave.
we have small accommodations. You must keep yourself to this side of the town.
There's another side.
That's it. That's only like 7 buildings. Is there more?
I don't know. We literally just walked up here and now there's a road.
Does it look like there's
Watch
more
me
than
walk.
7 buildings now?
Watch, we walk into the gates and it's a sprawling metropolis.
The hidden oasis.
Mouse's eyes are just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. I'm done with it.
So,
Things have gotten very weird very fast.
you're welcome to stay in that building. And he points to one that's right next to where they're at. Basically, it is right next to the guard shack and everything. And you're allowed to visit. And he turns and he points to a building that is very distinct because it is bright blue with paint. But not past that.
May I ask why?
I mean,
Dude,
if
Well,
I'm going to assume if they're hiding out here in the waste, they probably don't like a lot of people.
hmm.
Do I ask you to take your clothes off?
No.
Then why don't you ask us about our personal questions?
I didn't know it was personal. I'm sorry.
If we're
Well-
telling you not to go somewhere, then listen.
question though.
Yes.
Is this Orman?
No.
Is Orman nearby? Or what used to be Orman, or something of that sort.
He looks over at the lithe creature with the in the armor, and it opens and goes, "No."
So, yeah. Yeah.
Still quite a ways away.
Well, that bird took us here, so.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Bird did take us. Mhm.
If you'd be kind enough to let us stay, at least for the day and evening, get our bearings and stuff like that. Do you know which direction Orman and the temple are?
Again, he looks
Like
over,
I've got some knowledge.
he looks over at the metal person, and they open their thing again, and I could give you directions.
Very helpful.
I'm not saying you'll survive it.
This is the wastes.
No, we already ran into that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So you're going to be our rat catchers.
Fuck, that's right. In order for us to stay, we gotta do this job.
Yep.
Though I loathe the term,
We'll make it worth your while.
How so?
Money.
Oh,
we get to be in the building behind fences and maybe not die overnight.
Yeah.
I mean,
now that.
that right there is already worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm just
Don't you
saying.
need money?
Anything fun? Yes, I do. That's what I'm saying. Anything on top of that is just
need
great.
money.
Care less about tiny metal objects.
He pulls out like a small metal box and he taps on it a couple of times, and when he does, it opens up, and he reaches in and pulls out a dagger that is made of solid black stone.
Start rolling up the
Would I've,
sleeves.
Would I seen anything in books?
Give me a history check.
I'm just waiting to get college checked again.
7 plus 6.
13.
13?
No.
No. Dang.
Pretty cool.
Half the time when I enter a city and a dagger gets drawn, it's because, oh, right, gotta show my registration and shit like that.
He spins it a little bit on his fingers, and you can tell that, like, at one point in his life, he probably was really good at that. And he sort of fumbles it and catches it, and he will let you have this.
What's this do?
Obviously, the dagger.
Besides that,
Does a few things. It's helped a couple of people survive. Showed up after the calamity.
Ooh.
Wait,
It's probably worth a pretty penny.
wait. How long was it?
It showed
Like
up
100 years ago.
after the war between the
Like
brothers.
almost
Yes.
200, 100 years ago. Quite a while ago.
How long have you been here?
I've not been here that long. These and a few others have passed things down.
Giants tend to live a lot.
Okay, then.
Commander, how long ago was that?
The
From our present time?
the War of the Brothers. I think it's like 300 years.
300 years. What's the level?
And War of Brothers was after Dark Lord died.
Yes.
The calamities, the clashing of brothers. That
Calamity is how the Wastes started, which was the Clashing Brothers.
Interesting.
So,
They would fucking magic.
what kind of rats are we catching then?
Mine's fairly large.
You gotta go kill this dog.
Oh, already done. I killed the dog.
The problem we have is this one needs some special ways to keep it dead.
Now I'm curious.
I look at you immediately.
I'm the only one that even might have a slight inclination.
Well, I mentioned that I have
Yeah.
related to necromancy.
Yeah, he has mentioned it, so I'll look at him immediately.
Things that are dead.
I'm interested.
It every time it comes back, seems to be a bit stronger than the time beforehand.
Fighting Goku.
It's not one of those things that gets juicier the more it like absorbs water.
Now the thirst is a problem, but not much of one.
Have one of their tones.
He says casually as he drinks some water.
Who knows? It might go in a potion.
I wouldn't recommend trying to eat it.
Oh, hell no.
Anyways, you said that they keep coming back.
Yes.
Do you happen to know how to keep them dead, or is that what you need us for?
It's gotta be something. Don't know what exactly.
Can you give us a list of what you've tried?
Uh,
Might only
we've
take
burned it. We've stabbed it.
Fire,
We've crushed it.
stab, crush,
He stepped on it.
crush
Another
again.
crushing.
Well, if it's something lights did not stay dead, have you tried
necrotic.
radiant magic?
That requires someone with an ability to talk to a god. And most of us here,
I mean,
I look at you two like,
Well, I can't talk to a god, but I can use radiant magic.
Yeah, I'm looking at you for the radiant and you for talking to gods because you do that a lot.
Fuck.
Well, what we have
Sorry, I've talked to like 7, but I've gotten a response from 3.
is a companionship of friends and loved ones that have escaped problems.
Definitely know how that feels.
Mhm.
And then you just blurts out, "Oh, fugitives, like us."
No. Fugitives would be
Being hunted.
Siblings.
They did something illegal and ran away.
Yeah.
That would be a fugitive.
Well, was what we did actually illegal? They attacked us first.
According to their law.
According to Ultrawind's laws, yes.
They attacked us first, though.
ultimately.
Ultrawind. Oh,
Is that the new captain?
Yeah.
Fine.
How long have you been here? Because
Hard to say.
as far as Basil's aware, Ultrawind's been the capital for a long while.
Since the brothers, it was changed after the battle of the brothers.
So Ultrawind's been the capital since the Calamity.
Yes.
Basil will say that.
Eh. Guess they were in the move of that at that time. Yeah, well,
So when you say different place, is it also a different time?
what do you mean?
We've noticed at night there's 2 moons in the sky.
And one is red.
One is red,
And
according to one of our history, it was you. That was from a long time ago.
It's always been here.
do you have them?
Didn't we already say that time doesn't work right here?
Yeah, I
I'm trying to
mean,
figure out where. that
it's
is.
really weird how like the sun seems to kick the moon out of the sky in the mornings, and it kind of looks like. And it's weird that the moons kick the sun out of the sky.
I'm less
Just
concerned where
randomly.
we are, more concerned when we are.
That's what I was asking.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me when we are, but you guys have humans to go back to.
kind of if she's still alive.
Let's say. For all we know how long we've been going, everybody could be dead.
Mm.
So, you'll help me with my wrath problem.
We'll certainly try.
Mm.
Do the most we can.
Excellent. So, tonight we get you dinner, and we might have some booze somewhere.
That one needs a strong drink.
We could all use a strong drink.
And tomorrow,
The details. I hope.
At least the hunt.
Yeah.
please, will help
Who will help us?
see it.
See it.
Wait a second.
CIA?
CEA.
What?
I feel like we've heard that name before.
That one?
And isn't that in like the
Oh, the prophecy.
yeah.
I know that we're supposed to find a candle with eyes.
No, see it.
No, I feel like I've heard that before somewhere.
I told you to see you later.
No, I meant like during the game, but
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm just crazy.
That's how we go.
The waste testing. So what's that?
From all the information we've gotten about our little quarry, nothing is pinging off bestial, right?
You haven't asked.
I'll probably be asking over dinner.
He ushers you towards the house that he's pointed out.
Mhm.
And the house that he's giving you is one of the larger homes. It's a 2-story.
Nice.
It has and when you open the door, it looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
Figures.
2 more people in the armor, and these have different robes around their bodies. Show up with some wood and some pouches, and they set them down, and they one of them shifts the metal over. Your provisions, and then pops it back, and then again you hear that, and they turn and like take off. And he so we've got your wood for the night. It gets cold. We've got you some food. Do you want it cooked or as is? And he like pulls out a hair.
Hey, wait, there's rabbits here?
Goody.
We'll cook it, right? We can cook it.
Better cook.
You can cook.
I can get someone if you want us to cook it for you.
Just sear mine, thanks.
So we got some provisions, 2 or 3 hairs, chicken, some vegetables.
I'm making a stew.
I would say we have a good stew.
We haven't had vegetables in a while.
Some rare meat and vegetables sounds good right now.
Big guy will bring a cask by in a minute.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You have a drink with us?
I'll return for that. We will discuss things. I'll see who else I can bring.
Did we catch his name by any chance?
You're not.
By the way, what is your name? As I introduce us all.
My name is Lucius.
They were being really private about like not even going past the building, so it's kind of one of those where it's like,
I feel like I mean,
It's like a little bit when I heard the name.
Yeah.
So I need to make that Lucian.
and this is the bigger looking guy that we
No,
got.
this is
No, this is the guy in the robes.
yeah,
The-
the one
the-
that
the
wasn't
human.
all armored.
the only one that looks human.
And he doesn't
'cause-
look gaunt, does he?
No, he's definitely at some point in his life was probably fair skinned, but from being
He's gotten tan as fuck.
oh yeah, his hair is gray. Even the beard that he has is slightly gray.
Right.
Um,
That would explain the 2 factions then.
Mhm.
The purple robes would be the gaunt figures who are exceptionally violent and terrorists.
Yeah.
And the red and black robes we've had no issues with whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Were they purple?
We haven't seen any of the robes.
We just
They've
saw
all just
people.
attacked us
Mhm.
or been in common clothing. That's
What?
why I was curious if the ones in the cabins had the robes.
Right.
And I don't remember about the living robe either, what it looked like.
Out of curiosity, what language are they speaking? Just sounds like 2 swords grinding on each other.
something they picked up.
It's not dwarvish or infernal, is it?
No.
What about draconic?
They're fucking not speaking Elven or Sylvan
Hell no.
or Soldier.
Um,
They're speaking modern.
he waves and like starts to head off, and he heads straight for the bright blue building. And you do notice that there are a bunch of people past that building, going into other buildings and all further out. Most of them are wearing some sort of armor with like cloak around it.
Anybody carrying weapons? Or does it look like everybody else is about to?
It doesn't look like anybody has any weapons on them. You do occasionally catch, like, there are very few that are not in armor walking around.
And it does look like it's still just 7 or 8 buildings.
Yeah.
We'll start cooking.
Actually, I want to try and cook. I want to be useful for once.
I'm gonna get into the pot.
Go ahead. I will prop at a table and keep reading.
I will attempt to cook.
Okay. Survival check.
Do you want the spice?
No, I don't think we'll need it with all the juices that are going to be stewing in this. That's a 17.
Okay. After a few minutes, you do see that the giant, like, after you guys have settled in, even though you're, like, watching, and he's realized that you guys aren't going anywhere, you see him, like, walk through the town. And it's not a long walk for him to go down, and, like, he gets down to one of the, houses, and, like, he taps on the roof, and you see somebody come out, and he, makes some, and it's not hard to see a giant making motions and like, and a couple of seconds later you see him come back and he like puts a cask down in front of you and he
Whatever you said, thank you.
Everybody speak giant.
I'm gonna go
My
with
old character.
thank you in each language that I know, hoping that one hits. I don't speak giant.
Same.
It is, I'm gonna mimic what they're doing.
okay.
Tyrian, Soldier, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Druidic, Dwarvish, Infernal, Elvish, Draconic.
Giant might pick up
I-
Dwarvish.
I don't,
Huh?
I don't think I know a language that Psycho doesn't.
Because
Draconic and
Dwarvish is
Gaelic.
rooted in giant.
He looks at all of you as you're just talking and he
I just do over the heart and do a quick bow of thank you. Finally, somebody nice.
and he walks back to
That's
the
the
guard
one.
shack and like ducks up into it. And now that you're getting to look at the guard shack, from the outside it looks just like an arrow tower.
So not very big.
Well, height wise it's exactly like a little bit taller than him maybe, but not by much. But now that you're really getting to look at it,
Plus,
it's all like there is no tower there really.
Just kind of like a hut for him.
It is a hut, but it looks like an arrow tower that somebody would go up and like shoot arrows from normally.
he's just hanging out in there looking,
Um,
and people think it's a arrow tower until there's a fucking giant that steps out.
exactly.
I wonder if it gets bigger on the inside.
That's
Sprout.
fucking terrifying.
As you're cooking and relaxing, Lobakal has pulled out his book and he's like making tons of notes. And he looks over and he goes, "This is new."
You've never seen it before.
This isn't in any full reference.
It's on no maps.
Well, now you can map it.
I don't know if I want to.
But aren't
Just
you supposed?
apologize.
Aren't you supposed to map everything in the waste?
I'm not making a map.
Well,
You just take notes
Mhm.
of what's in there. It's just like goal to make a map.
seeing as they're not human, do you feel more comfortable around yourself?
No,
No,
they are human.
the giant isn't.
He squished me.
He would squish.
And it like, Lobok will like, shuts the door and locks it.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's not in the building, you're locked. Hey, you hear the like door shut and as a board dropped on it, and he like takes off the bag with the and he sets it down and he
So
and then he like puts it back on and straps it back in. And as he straps it back in, he puts his cloak over it and like, okay,
so
and
it
then-
really wasn't attached.
no. But this is the first time you guys have got to watch him like take it off, and it is like as he's putting it on and taking it off, it's a bunch of different straps that he's like having to
So it's damn near attached.
yeah. And when I say a bunch of straps, there's about 6 of them across his chest. And they're different types of buckles and all sorts of things. It is definitely one of those that if you're going to try to remove it from him, good luck.
Yeah. So that's why it picked. It kind of nice. So I hope you enjoy dinner. I did my best.
Right as you start to sit down, you hear a knock at the door.
I look over at Lowbuckle so he can put the mask.
He puts the mask on and like goes off into the corner. So, you said
Oh,
you
I'm just got so much stuff.
needed information.
Yes, it would be nice.
Yes, sir.
Let's stop.
Uh, I don't know a lot. I can give you a little about Sia, and well, we have Clark.
Clark is the big one. This is me to you.
As they're coming in, it looks like the bigger guy, maybe slightly different coloring.
His new name is Kent.
And then another human actually comes in,
Oh, nice.
and he goes, we also have, and he looks at her again, and we'll go with Finn.
What?
Finn.
Oh,
Am I thinking of the wrong person?
You're thinking of the wrong person.
Okay.
You're thinking of Fritz.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I was getting excited
That's
there
what
for
I'm
a minute. I'm like,
oh,
she's alive?
well, we know she's alive. She just hasn't decided to collect on her debt yet.
Fair. Or she can't find us.
Oh, shit.
So, what do you need to know?
Anything and right.
Thanks. For whoever wants one.
Finn takes one, and Lucius takes one, but the other two,
Any and all information about
What is
Whatever was in the keg.
beastie that we're hunting.
And of possible directions.
Where to find it.
Well, directions would be for after.
Yeah, that's fair.
Directions where to find it.
Directions where to find it, but then if we succeed.
Basil will no longer be wearing a study.
so you're looking for a creature in the desert that mimics the desert.
maybe
Oh,
it's what?
Maybe it's the desert.
I would like to try and describe the dog. Because the dog was kind of sandy, wasn't it, when it transformed?
The wretches are not that much of a bother. They can be. And at this, the metal two both pop their, and this time you actually get to see what they're doing, and they're not fully opening the mouth guard. They're just pushing it sideways. You still can't see inside.
Okay, I was gonna say, can we see past the mouth guard?
No.
Oh my
They
God,
might
it's the new whistle.
They
Well-
might not be human.
Or that's what I'm. In my head, I'm thinking maybe they're.
Wolforged.
Yes.
And one of them goes, "It looks human."
It's definitely not a beast, so that is not my area of expertise.
Nothing looks human. I can look.
Is it rather large or is it humany size?
It's our size.
So their size is human size.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are like a good example of something like this. A big example, like,
Okay.
Okay.
but then put like a cloak or something around it.
And we seem to have not been able to kill it because it keeps coming back alive.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Is it an immediate thing, or is it just you notice it a few days later? It's there.
It takes a few days, but it keeps coming back.
Is it the same one, or do you think it might be many?
The chances of a creature like this staying in one spot, as you would put it, haunting a spot,
Mm-hmm.
uh, multiple of them seems very rare.
So it is undead in nature?
Well,
Haunting a spot. I think ghosts. Ghost schools. Not goblins.
haunting does not necessarily mean undead, but might be.
Have you tried any cold type of energy towards it?
It looks over at and you can tell, like, they definitely, with the fact they're wearing helmets, like, when they look, it is a very, like, the whole body sort of turns and, like, and the, yeah, and the other one, the few that tried magic tried a few things. We had no holy people.
No holy people.
So we know that's one we need to trust. We know that's one we need to trust.
So we need to try and make it.
But I also knew Psycho is very good with ice and such.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that was something to trust.
See,
I ain't got shit.
We could also just try and, like, chop it up into shitty bits and
And then
spread it to the winds.
apparently they burned it, so it come back from ash.
It could be a charred something burning.
What about your spell?
Again, you need to try radiant.
Mm-hmm.
You need to try light magic.
I got jack shit on that. So
Well, I guess that means that it's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
have fun, buddy. You're good over the rat catch. You're mistake.
The only other different one I could do is magic missile. And just force squishy bits.
That's essentially what I do with how much money. Just kind of what makes the hit a little more.
Our trouble is keeping us from expanding our town.
So it's nearby.
Yes.
Was there anything when you did attack that just did not? Not after you've destroyed it, but just like stabbing it, nothing happens. Like the whatever the water or something you guys
Fire doesn't.
Does it have
fire
any
didn't even touch it.
resistances,
That
any
you know of.
vulnerabilities that you've found?
We did notice a few of us in our combat with it seemed like it took less damage than we anticipated.
So that was in the hand-to-hand combat.
Well, yes.
So non-magical weapons. Or
It was resistant to non-magical weapons, which means I'm fucking useless.
well, the undersmart damage is only right?
No, it's not. Nope. Your weapon's dealing extra d6. It doesn't give you a magic type of
So it is. It is kind of weaker than.
I have
It is weaker than Hex in that regard.
Yeah. I have one magical item, and that is a fireball arrow.
Well, we can use
Useless.
that to take it down, and then we can try using light on the corpse.
I prefer to use that if we get stuck in a
Finn
situation.
speaks up and goes, "So, you had other questions, or are they all about the creature that you want to help us with?"
Well, I mean,
about the creature.
if we manage to.
The only ones that I had were about the creature because we can't help you with the creature or deal with the directions are off anyways.
Take it you guys don't get many visitors,
We try not to.
so you wouldn't be able to help me find someone in that case.
Find someone.
Looks a lot like me.
No, no one like you. Not that I know of. And she looks over at
Probably
the
dressed a bit different.
the
I
two
was going to ask.
in the middle, and they both shake their heads.
Unless he's decided to take a note from the pixies, he's probably dressed. Didn't have that face.
Any questions on your journey so far? Most people coming through the waste have a ton of them.
We could ask them about the waste in general.
I mean, yeah, kind of like, what is this place? How did this
Why
place come
is
to
it-
be?
Yeah, like, why is it the way it is? Like, nothing. It seems like everything is just off.
You should know a lot about it. You should know more than some of the others.
Yeah, I should know more, but every single time I roll a history check, I fucking fail it. So,
It wasn't my. I didn't really pay attention in those classes.
I'm more of a lore studier, so.
Wouldn't this be lore?
I mean, other kinds of lore.
I know next to
God,
nothing.
Psycho's a lore whore.
I know next to nothing about this world in general, so I wouldn't be able to say anything about this.
So you come from another world.
The Feywild.
Ah. You've had a traveler from there too.
Really?
That's cool.
Really? Was a druid, I guess. Or a wizard.
Wizards have gone through there a couple of times. Think there was a druid once or twice.
I suppose they wouldn't actually be from the Feywild.
Most of them have 20 years.
Imagine. No.
Is that your brother?
Hmm?
Is that your brother?
Now, if it's my brother, that would be a good thing. I... There's some complications. We'll discuss this later.
Any questions?
So I try to be able to tell that I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't really have any. Like, it's fairly evident that it's just gone.
Okay.
Not with the questions or anything, but like this entire ordeal is just like
Do you have
Too
any
much.
questions, man?
fuck this shit.
I do want to know how long you guys have been in building this town. Or attempting to.
We've moved a few times. Trying to stay safe. Things change and we move with it.
You always been here in the Waste, or did y'all come from elsewhere?
Some of the people have been here all their life. Others, travel in.
I'm assuming not a line travel out, given the possibility of their base.
Most of people that come traveling in don't want to travel out. If you're coming into the Waste, you're running from something.
Typically running towards something. We don't know what it is yet.
Trying to find something.
Someone.
Because there are people that live on the outskirts called the waste divers.
Oh, the fun ones.
They come in, try to pick up shit, bring it back to sell.
Seems like a very bad hobby to have.
You'd say
This
that.
is where a war of extreme magic was fought.
I mean,
Like, Basil has the very bare minimum of the history of the
Finn,
Waste.
Finn pulls out, pulls out from under their robe, a dagger, and goes, "This is what you find in the Waste," and throws it at the wall, and then back to their hand.
Oh, hey, that reminds me of your dagger.
Yeah, well, that one I have to think about.
Yeah.
Like, out of character, I've seen uses for that. You can steal stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
It's also seemed the kind where if you like throw it on a certain thing, it will teleport you to it.
Out of curiosity, who are the purple ropes you guys were concerned about? We haven't seen any, so.
Purple
That's good
robes.
Yeah.
Who speaks Velis? You hear in Velis, how much do we want to say? And Lucius responds, not much.
Mm.
The Purple Robes are a faction. They tend to not enjoy our company.
Mm,
I wouldn't want to fight someone out here.
yeah, I mean,
Seems like the type of place where you'd want to band together just to survive.
yeah.
The Purple Robes do not necessarily come out here. It's part of the reason we go into the Waste. To hide, to stay away from things.
Are you a part of the same faction with Brother Eric and Zion?
I'm gonna do it.
That's what I was gonna ask: is are these the same kind of robes? Or these are
Because these appear to be extremely similar coloration and appearance. And if they don't know who the Zion is, They're either brand new members when they've said they've been here for a long time,
Or their followers
or
of
they've
God
never
or it.
met the Zion. And the Zion is the first believer,
Professor Zarek.
the voice, and the Zion is the first.
I'm gonna say in Sylvan, are you really just spouting this out?
I mean,
Sounds weird.
This is your new gods that Lucius mentioned?
mhm.
Yes.
New gods are not interested in us. No, we're not interested in them.
Interesting because
I mean, we could have assumed they weren't, considering they don't have any point.
Yeah.
say that. What we saw the Zion did was not holy in any way.
Mhm.
The only holy about that was holy shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
The reason I ask is because your remnants, I don't actually know how to pronounce that word.
Wait a minute.
Rainment?
Yeah.
Your raiments are extremely similar.
Red and black, and then blues. We have some greens.
Apologies,
It's
I
common
had only
colors, and red's an easy color to come out here.
my apologies, I had only noticed the red and black for the most part.
Red is a very easy color to come out here, and so is black. Coal comes by very cheaply.
That's not sure why it's fitting, but it's fitting now.
Mhm.
Maybe.
You spend enough time out in the waste, things burn. Burn things or coal can easily turn it into a black.
I'm trying to decide if I should keep this card to my chest or not.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good because nobody was here when the giant showed up. I told the giant thank you in bells.
I didn't do
Oh, I
it.
thought you said you said it in bells. My bad.
I was just saying I had those languages, but I wasn't.
Oh.
Like,
My bad. I misunderstood.
I figured he was already having enough people chatting at him. I wasn't gonna add to it. Yeah, I think I'll hold on to it.
Then you've got half a day, and tomorrow we'll point you in the direction of the second settlement.
By the way, what is the blue building? What's there?
That's Lucius's home.
Was it Lucius and Sia that were speaking in the Velos?
No, Finn and Lucius.
Finn.
So we're allowed to just go kick it with Lucius, okay. There's soup,
And when
vegetables. I don't care.
when Finn says that, Lucius goes, "Yes, you're more than welcome to come visit. I'm sort of the tradesman."
Ah,
Oh, okay.
we
Need
can
goods?
resupply.
Supplies. We might be able to arrange things. If you need if you need something, give me a list. I'll see if we can procure it if you succeed.
All right.
Cool.
We need.
Probably. Oh, I haven't been taking my rations. How many days?
Well, we had chicken.
Oh,
Yeah, we
right.
have chicken.
Okay.
We had chicken for like.
I thought about that too, but then he kept mentioning chicken. Oh yeah.
There were 3 days that we didn't have extra food.
We might need some more rations because
I'm still in the 40s.
That's
I'm in the 20s.
23.
Let me check that.
Well, that's where we're gonna stop for tonight. over PBJ2 and Root of All Beers, thank you for coming in, and thank you for the follows and whatnot. We do D&D every Thursday night.
Attempt to, at least.
We
Yeah.
try.
So speaking of rations, I don't think your chickens would have fully fed you. For the factor of, there's actually a guy who he takes the D&D statistics
Mhm.
and like actually puts them into real life scenario type stuff. And he has come to the conclusion that D&D is correct about how much food you technically do need. A day of rations, according to D&D, is 2 pounds. D&D also states that you can survive on 1 pound of food. He actually attempted to survive on 1 pound of food for 3 days, and he was like, "Oh hell no, you can't." But he also came to the conclusion that 1 pound of food, if done correctly and whatnot, you can survive on it. Of like if it's oatmeal or something like that, but you're not counting your water. It's the like
The dried oats.
dried oats is a pound. All of that added together,
Mhm.
and apples and whatnot. But you can survive on the 1 day of the 1 pound. It's just you're close to exhaustion
Gotcha.
all the time. Whereas when he went to the 2 pound, which is what a day of rations is, that's also what all hikers and everybody says is they pack 2 days of 2 pounds of rations for hiking like across the Appalachian trails.
Mhm.
That's the type of food that you're eating.
Okay.
So a chicken or 2.
Yeah,
I
we
do
were
not
splitting
think
like
that you're-
chickens at dinner and then having rations through the day.
Yeah, so you
So,
probably
yeah.
still do need to mark off 3 days of rations.
Okay.
That's how many?
Just 3
Fine.
Yeah.
3, it's just we're extending how much we're having for dinner.
Yeah. 25 for me.
But yeah, that gentleman, I can't remember what his YouTube video thing is off the top of my head, but he also does the like, what can you do in 6 seconds of combat? Is it actually feasible to do 30 feet of
This
movement
is kind of the chicken anyway.
and 60 feet of movement while running?
Oh,
He gets into a lot of different things. I think he also tried the jumping, like what their jumping
Oh,
standards
that
are.
guy. Yeah. And then he tried jumping with all of his gear on. He's like, no, the fuck, you can't do this.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of this is fantasy.
Suspension of belief.
Yeah. But I enjoy watching it, but it was one of those when he did the one about rations, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. As I said, we do D&D. We try to do D&D every Thursday night. Otherwise, you can catch me gaming on any other night. We do this all for you guys just to watch and enjoy. If you've enjoyed this, go watch it on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Thank you guys so much for your time. I'm Shinigami Tabris. I hope you have a wonderful day or wonderful night wherever you are. And until next time, everyone, peace.